guys, so like I was just thinking, and you know how sometimes you're scrolling through Instagram and you see these like insane New York City photos and you're just like, how? Where? Am I even living on the same planet? Well, guess what? I've been there, done that, and literally spent way too much time figuring it out. So I figured why not share the love, you know? Because we all deserve that perfect grid aesthetic, especially when you're in a city that's basically one giant photo op, ready to take your Instagram to the next level in NYC. Because like I'm about to spill all the tea, or I guess all the coffee, because we're in New York. This city is just like a lot in the best way possible. Every corner you turn, there's something that makes you want to pull out your phone, but then you get overwhelmed, right? Like, do I go for the classic touristy shot, or do I try to find that like super niche artsy spot that no one knows about? It's a whole dilemma. But don't even stress, because I've basically done the hard work for you. From famous landmarks to secret cafes, here are the best places to snap your next viral photo. We're talking about places that are not just pretty, but like have that vibe, you know? So grab your phone, maybe a portable charger, because trust me, you'll need it. And let's like mentally prepare ourselves for some serious content creation. I'm gonna walk you through some of my absolute favorite spots, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a whole list of places to hit up. And maybe, just maybe, you'll get that shot that makes everyone go, OMG, where is that? It's all about finding those little pockets of magic in this crazy, beautiful city. Let's just like, get into it, I guess. Okay, so first up, we absolutely have to talk about Central Park. And I know what you're thinking, duh, would Central Park groundbreaking? But like, hear me out. It's not just a big patch of grass, okay? There are so many like hidden gems and iconic spots within the park that are just begging for a photo shoot. You could literally spend an entire day here and still not see everything, which is kind of insane, but also like amazing for content. Think about the sheer variety. You've got lakes, bridges, forests, open fields. It's a whole mood. One of my personal faves, and like a classic for a reason, is Bow Bridge. It's so like romantic and picturesque, with the skyline peeking through in the background sometimes. It's perfect for those like dreamy, thoughtful shots, or even just a cute candid with your friends. Then there's Bethesda Terrace and the fountain. Oh my God, the architecture there is just stunning. The arches, the intricate details, it's giving like old world European vibes right in the middle of Manhattan. You can get some really dramatic and like super aesthetic shots there, especially if you play with the light. And it's not just about those big famous spots. You can literally just wander around and find like a random cute bench or a path lined with trees that looks amazing. In the fall, forget about it, the colors are insane. Spring, all the blossoms, it's like a constantly changing backdrop, which is why it never gets old. So yeah, don't underestimate Central Park. It's a classic for a reason, and it's like a gold mine for your feed. Just like, be prepared to walk a lot, maybe bring snacks. All right, next on the list, we're heading over to Brooklyn, specifically Dumbo. And yes, you already know why. It's that iconic shot of the Manhattan Bridge perfectly framed by the buildings on Washington Street. Like, if you haven't seen that photo a million times on Instagram, where have you even been? It's one of those quintessential New York pictures that you just like have to get. Be warned though, it can get super crowded. So you might have to like practice your patience or go at a weird time, like super early in the morning. But is it worth it? Yeah, obviously. But Dumbo is more than just that one street, you guys. The whole area has this really cool, like industrial chic vibe. The cobblestone streets are like so charming and make for such a great texture in photos. I love just wandering around there looking at the old warehouses that have been converted into like cool shops and art galleries. It's a whole aesthetic. You can get some really good like edgy street style shots or just capture the general ambiance of the place. It feels very like authentically New York, but with a Brooklyn twist. And don't forget the waterfront. You get insane views of the Manhattan skyline from over there. Plus the Brooklyn Bridge is right there too. So many options. You can get like sweeping panoramic shots or focus on the details of the bridges. It's especially magical around sunset when the city lights start to twinkle. It's just like a photographer's dream, honestly. So yeah, put Dumbo on your list. Brave the crowds for that bridge shot, but then like explore a little more because there's so much to see. Okay, so if you're looking for something like a little different, a little more unique, you have to check out the High Line. It's basically this old elevated railway track that they turned into like a public park. How cool is that? It winds its way through Chelsea and the meatpacking district, and it's just like such a cool concept. You're literally walking above the city streets, surrounded by these amazing urban gardens and art installations. It's a whole vibe, and the photo ops are like endless. What I love about the High Line is the mix of like nature and urban grit. You've got these beautiful plants and flowers, and then right next to them, you see the city buildings, the traffic below, all that classic New York stuff. It creates this really interesting contrast that's like super photogenic. There are all these cool little nooks and seating areas where you can like chill and take it all in, and of course, snap some pics. And because it's elevated, you get some really unique perspectives on the city that you wouldn't get from street level. Plus, they always have like rotating art installations along the High Line. So there's always something new and interesting to see and like incorporate into your photos. It's one of those places where you can just wander and discover. You might find a cool mural, a unique architectural detail on a nearby building, or just a perfect spot where the light is hitting just right. It's less about one specific iconic shot and more about like capturing the overall experience and the like artistic green vibe in the middle of the concrete jungle. Definitely a must visit. All right, if you want those like jaw-dropping, I'm on top of the world kind of photos, then you absolutely have to go to an observation deck. And my personal favorite, like controversial opinion maybe, is Top of the Rock. I know, there's the Empire State Building, there's One World Observatory, but hear me out. The reason I love Top of the Rock is because you actually get the Empire State Building your photos, which like, hello, iconic. It just makes the skyline shot feel even more like quintessentially New York. The views from up there are just like insane. You get a 360-degree panorama of the entire city, including Central Park, which looks like this tiny green rectangle from above. It's wild. And if you can time your visit for sunset, oh my God, it's literally magical. Watching the sun dip below the horizon and the city lights start to twinkle is an experience in itself, but capturing that on camera, chef's kiss. The colors in the sky, the glow of the city, it's just like pure photographic gold. It's worth every penny of the ticket, trust me. My tip would be to like book your tickets in advance, especially if you're aiming for sunset because it gets super busy. And give yourself plenty of time up there. There are multiple levels, both indoor and outdoor, so you can really soak it all in and find your perfect angle. Don't just rush to take one photo and leave, like really experience it. It's one of those moments that will make you fall in love with New York all over again, or for the first time, if you're new here. And your Instagram followers will thank you, just saying. Okay, now for something completely different and like totally Instagram famous, we're talking about Pietro Nolita. If you haven't seen this place on your feed, it's basically this tiny Italian restaurant in Nolita that is like aggressively pink. And I mean pink. Everything, the outside, the inside, the tables, the chairs, probably even the air, I don't know. It's a whole commitment to the color. And honestly, I kind of respect it. It's become like a mecca for anyone wanting that super colorful, quirky, and like undeniably eye-catching photo. It's definitely one of those spots where you go more for the photo op than like a 5-course meal, although I hear the food is actually pretty good too. But the main draw is just how incredibly photogenic it is. The vibrant pink makes such a statement, and it's just like instant happiness for your grid. You can get cute shots outside against the pink facade, or if you pop in for a coffee or a pasta, the interior is just as like overwhelmingly pink and delightful. It's one of those places that just screams Instagram. It's small, so like be prepared for that. You might not be able to have a full-on photo shoot inside unless you're like actually dining there and it's not too busy, but even just a quick snap of the exterior is enough to like get the vibe. It's fun, it's playful, and it adds a real pop of color to your feed. So if you're into that like super bright, almost cartoonish aesthetic, Pietro Nolita is your spot. It's just like unapologetically itself, which is pretty cool. And like, who doesn't love a bit of pink sometimes? Next up, let's head downtown to Washington Square Park. This place is like such a classic New York spot, and it's always buzzing with energy. The most iconic thing here, obviously, is the Washington Square Arch. It's so grand and like impressive, and it makes for such a great focal point in photos. You can get shots with the arch, framing the Empire State Building in the distance through it, which is like a super cool composition. Or just get a classic shot standing in front of it, feeling all like monumental. But it's not just the arch. The park itself has such a like lively and eclectic atmosphere. There are always street performers, musicians, artists, students from NYU hanging out. It's a real melting pot, and that energy is like super contagious and fun to capture. The fountain is also a popular spot, especially in the summer. People are like dipping their feet in, kids are running around. It's just got a really great spontaneous vibe. You can get some really authentic, slice-of-life New York photos here. I love just like sitting on a bench and people watching in Washington Square Park. You see so many interesting characters, and there's always something happening. It's a great place for street photography if you're into that, or just for capturing like the genuine spirit of the city. It feels less curated than some other spots and more like raw and real. So definitely make time to wander through, grab a coffee, find a good spot, and just like soak it all in. And get that arch pic, obviously, it's a must. Okay, for our last spot, we're heading to Hudson Yards to talk about the vessel. This thing is like wild. It's this enormous honeycomb-like structure made up entirely of interconnected staircases and landings. It's super futuristic and unlike anything else I've ever seen. It's definitely a statement piece, and whether you love it or are slightly confused by it, you can't deny that it's incredibly photogenic. The geometric patterns and the sheer scale of it are just like mind-boggling. Climbing the vessel is an experience in itself. There are so many different angles and perspectives as you go up. You can play with the symmetry, the reflections in the copper-colored cladding, and the views of the surrounding Hudson Yards area and the river. It's like being inside a giant climbable sculpture. It's definitely a workout, so wear comfy shoes if you plan on going all the way to the top. But the photo opportunities at every level are totally worth the effort. It's one of those structures that looks good from far away, but also really cool when you get up close and see all the details. The way the light hits the different surfaces creates these amazing patterns and shadows. It's very architectural and modern. So if you're looking for something more contemporary and visually striking in a different way from Central Park, then the vessel is definitely worth checking out. It's a real conversation starter, both in real life and on your Instagram feed. Phew. Okay, so that was like A of information, but hopefully you guys are feeling like super inspired to go out and capture some amazing New York City content. We covered so many different vibes, from like the classic beauty of Central Park to the like super modern weirdness of the vessel. And that's honestly just scratching the surface, because New York is like literally endless when it comes to photo spots. Every single block has something interesting if you like really look for it. The main thing is to just like have fun with it. You know, don't get too stressed about getting the perfect shot, because sometimes the best photos are the ones that are like a little bit spontaneous and capture a real moment. Experiment with different angles, play with the light, and don't be afraid to like look a little silly while you're trying to get that perfect selfie. We've all been there. And honestly, the memories you make while exploring are just as important as the photos themselves, or like almost as important. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm like genuinely excited to see what you guys create. Tag your favorite NYC spot in the comments, and don't forget to follow for more photo inspo. And if you have any other like secret spots that I missed, definitely let me know, because I'm always on the hunt. Okay, I think that's everything. Go forth and conquer Instagram, my friends. Bye!